Welcome to another edition of One Take Only. I'm George Phillips with oilpressure.com. This is my good friend John McClellan, and we're at John's place. And John, it's Christmas time.
Christmas time, George, and Merry Christmas to you, buddy.
Season's greetings.
Season's greetings. It's been a wonderful year, too.
It has.
We've had some fun this year.
We have. I mean, we've been doing this since July. July, half a year we've been doing this.
And we went to Barber. You took me to Barber. He took me to Barber when I was sick.
I took John to Barber, and then we both
that was just awesome.
Yeah. So, it's been a good year, but we were supposed to do a show in November. John, why didn't that happen?
This November is tough.
It's tough when you want to sleep in. we had a show scheduled to tape, and John just blew it off because he slept in on a Saturday morning. So this is the first time we've been able to squeeze in a show with Christmas and everything. So, but here we are.
We didn't have a whole lot to talk about back then, anyway. So,
But anyway, we got a few things to talk about now. The schedule came out today. This is Thursday night. We're taking this. I liked it. There were no surprises on it, but I liked it. I did like the fact that Texas is going back to a single race. It's not the split format that they tried last year.
And that was really bogus. It was a gimmick. I hated the way they set up their positions for the second race. That was ridiculous. It looked like the WWE.
Yeah, I didn't like that. What I really didn't like, although I know Kurt Cavan and Kevin Lee the other night had a good argument for it, but the way they split the points. It just didn't seem right that you win a race, you get half the points there that you would get somewhere else. But, as they brought up, if you crash your car in the first race, not only do you get a DNF for that race, and you don't have a good backup car, that's two races, and that'd be a big hit for anybody to take. So it's just good that they tried it once. It did not cost Dario the championship, obviously, but I think it's good that they gave that up. But so far as the schedule goes, there were no surprises. There are a couple of possibilities for. I think there's one TBA on there to get to 16 races, and there's talk there might even be a 17th race. I don't know what that would be. I've heard rumors that it might be Fort Lauderdale, but I'm not real sure about that.
And we talked about Fort Lauderdale. Scott Dixon's father's in some group that owns a track, and I think it's that one. And they also bought the one in Memphis.
Okay, so it'd be good if they could somehow scrounge up the funds to buy the one here in Nashville.
No, I wish they would.
So, because I hate to see that track just sitting dormant, but that's another story for another day. But
by the way, you did a great article on why not Nashville? Why not go rent the track or do something?
If they're looking for ovals, that's an oval that's certainly there.
I asked Santa, by the way, that could happen.
Maybe December 25th. Maybe this Sunday it'll happen.
That would be great.
There was some driver movement, I guess it was last week, first part of this week. Mike Conway is going to AJ Foyt. Good move for AJ and Larry Foyt. I think that's a real strong move for them. Not quite sure it's a great move for Mike Conway because, if you look at history, not too many drivers progress past Foyt and continue their career.
I think we've got a different deal this time, and I think Conway's the guy that he's got a lot of promise. I think he can do this, George. And why I say that, I like Larry Foyt. I think Larry Foyt's a good guy. I think he's got his head properly, in this deal. And they've got some engineers. We were talking about. I can't think of the guy's name, but he came over from his team.
Well, he's not there yet, but there is talk that Mike Conway may be bringing his engineer from Andretti.
And they won at Long Beach.
And his name does escape me, so I apologize for that. But
and I think too that if you're going to win, George, you want to start at the beginning with and Foyt. It's a brand new car, brand new deal. Let's face it, AJ. He's fading out of this a little bit.
Yeah, and he'll be 77 next month, so he should. But
he's a good man.
But the good thing is Mike Conway is bringing about $1 million with him.
That's great.
And that on top of the ABC sponsorship, that kind of frees them up for more of an engineering budget, maybe do some more testing. So and with Larry he's not running things totally, but he's got a stronger hand in it than he has had. And so yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised. I don't know if they'll win a race, but I think they'll be.
They're going to come close.
They're going to be further up the grid than they have been.
Yeah, and go Larry Foyt, good guy.
Yeah. Trying to think if there's been any other.
Sarah Fisher.
Joseph Newgarden, and she took.
He's your guy. He's a Tennessee boy.
Lives here. He was born and raised here in Nashville. Good guy. I met with him back in June. Did an interview with him, and well documented on the site. Go check the archives if you want to look at it. But I tell you what, though, Joseph Newgarden. He will be a star in this series. I just hope he sticks around long enough to be a star. It may not be with Sarah Fisher's team. Excuse me, Sarah Fisher Hartman Racing. Right. She did bring on Wink Hartman, but
without that though, Sarah Fisher is still a winner.
Yeah.
I think this is a good move for him.
Well, Sarah Fisher won the
last.
She's the last winning team. So, but Joseph Newgarden though, I was very impressed with him. He is a year younger than my son. And yet he comes across as a 35-year-old veteran. He is savvy. He is well-spoken. He is a sharp kid, and he's a talented driver. So I look for big things from Joseph Newgarden. Like I said, I'm not sure they'll come directly with that team, but I think they're going to make some noise, especially in the first part of the season. I think Ed Carpenter's team.
I am excited for Ed.
I'm not sure if that had happened since our last show. But I think Ed Carpenter's team, because really that's Derek Walker, and they're putting together a good little staff there.
Good.
So,
I like Ed Carpenter, and he's a winner.
He's a winner, like I said. Yeah. So
hey George, what do you think about the new car? A lot of talk about speed and it going to 225 or better. And some people seem like they would be disappointed if it was only around 215 the first year or two.
I'll be disappointed, and I know there's some, yourself included, that say, well, it doesn't matter because if you're sitting in the stands, can you really tell the difference between 205 and 235? Maybe you can't staring at it, but it's just not thrilling to me knowing that they're 30 miles an hour behind the track record.
I don't think they're going to be okay. There might be 215.
I know they're actually talking about 250. I said 205 just as an example.
Right, but you know what, George? The thing I look at is the fact that this is a new car. These are 3 new engines, basically.
Yeah.
You got to get. It's going to take a couple of years to get it worked out. Get those bugs off of it.
It is a development.
They just got their cars this week. A lot of them still don't have their cars.
Yeah, it is a developmental process, but there have been. I think they've had more than their share of bugs to work out. And I'll say this, it is a good thing for Delara's sake that they don't have any competitors. Because if Swift or Bat or Lola, if they were in the mix too, Delara may be scrambling right now.
I like the way the Swift was drawn. It looked great.
I like the Lola. What I liked about the Lola was that they had that interchangeable tub where it could race. It could race for IndyCar series and also Indy Lights, and I think that would really make a good, easy transition into the top series. But that didn't happen. But
still, I like the direction. I remember when I was just a little kid, when all the cars. They were those Watson Offies, for a year or so.
And I have to say, I requested, if you can't see it, it's Old Calhoun. I requested that we have this out here because I am impressed with John's collection upstairs. Not only does he have this car, which is probably my all-time favorite car, but he's got AJ's 67 winner. He has the Bill Vukovich Fuel Injection Special.
It warms my heart to have that one too.
And so was there another one up there?
No, I don't. These are the Carousel 1 cars, which I really liked a lot.
Yeah, but and you probably can't see it on here, but even the exhaust pipe has the discoloration on it. I'm finding myself just staring at this as we talk.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it was great to see Old Calhoun when we were at Indianapolis this past May. It's a touchstone for him.
Yeah, just to see it. There is no blue prettier than that blue right there.
But you know, too, what I like about bringing this out is that since we're going to talk a little bit about the speed, you know, this car was hanging out at 150. You know, when and so were a couple other cars. You even brought up the fact that Hurtubise
yeah.
was hanging out at 152.
But it was like 149.9.
Right.
So he didn't do it. But anyway, a little bit more news. I mean, nothing major, but I found it interesting that after all these years, Ryan Briscoe's car is going from car number 6 to car number 2.
Yeah.
And,
what's up with that? Why would they do that?
Well,
6 was such an iconic number for Penske in Indianapolis. You know, it won with
Hornish, who else?
and it won with
Sounds like. What year? What decade?
right after Elio.
Well,
I can't remember it. Think of his name.
Jill DeFerrin?
Jill DeFerrin. 1-6.
Okay,
So
that's
that's
right. So that's 2.
Jill DeFerrin. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, but Mark Donahue was 66.
Mm-hmm.
Roger Penske himself drove car number 6 in was it SECCA, whatever.
Yeah, two is two. It's like the NASCAR.
Well, not on NASCAR, but Jill DeFerrin won 2 kart championships in car number 2. Well, actually, the second one he won in car number 1. But he
You
was
think
in car
they
number
should
2.
bring the number 1 back? I wish they would.
Oh, I definitely wish they would start the previous year's champion should run car number 1. That's I wish Randy Bernard would mandate that.
Hey, I know that we're running on a little time, but I wanted to, you know, George and I, we go back on these polos and all that, and how much we really enjoy wearing them. And I am wearing one tonight that is very significant because it's a Newman Haas polo, an actual Newman Haas polo.
Pays homage to the departure of Newman Haas,
And
which that was a sad day.
It is terrible. You know, with Paul Newman being gone, I was just hoping against hope that somebody could, you know, buy it and keep it going.
The frustrating thing was after their strong season that they had just this past season, it looked like that they were on the upswing. I mean, Servio was 4th in points. They had Hinchcliffe, who, I mean, he's a star in the making. He's really already a star now.
Yeah.
And I mean, everything was on the upswing with them, and poof, they're gone.
Hey, speaking of, where is Hinchcliffe going to go?
More than likely, GoDaddy.
GoDaddy.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great. They'd win. They're going to win. GoDaddy will do outrageous with the mayor of Hinchville.
I'm kind of wondering where Servio might go, because there were rumors that Servio will be going to Foyt. Obviously, that's not going to happen unless they
get another car.
There is talk that they want to run a second car, but
just in Indianapolis is the talk I've heard.
No, I've heard they're going to. Really? They really want to. Because I listened to Trackside a couple of nights ago, and Larry Foyt was on there and said they would like to be where they want to be. They really have to have a second car.
Okay.
So, but they don't have the funding yet. Mm-hmm. So, but
well, Newman Haas, with Mario Andretti, Michael Andretti, you know, Paul Newman,
Nigel
Mansell, you know, and Paul Newman to me was the coolest guy to ever walk on this planet. It was just the things he did, his films. He was a driver, but what he did with Newman's Own, he's always giving back, and what a great guy. And it was great to see a winning team. He put together a winning team because he's a race car driver. Race car driver.
And so it was a sad day, and I still don't know where Servio's going to end up now. Maybe at KV because he's got a history there, but
the Lotus car at KV.
No,
Chevrolet. So I was thinking, okay, last year.
Yeah, right. They were the Lotus car. Yeah, but don't know what kind of sponsorship they're going to be running.
What about Lotus? They're going to come out next month. We think. We hope.
Hope so.
Yeah.
But they're going to be running for HVM.
They're going to wear the black and gold.
Yeah, and Brian Reinbold. Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to have a great year. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a very interesting year. I'm going to be very, very interested at the first of the season.
Mm-hmm.
But John, we are running out of time. But they did want to squeeze us in for the Christmas break. And after Friday, the 23rd, site's going to go on hiatus for about a week and a half. But we'll return on January 4th.
There'll be some things to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, want to wish everybody out there a safe and happy holiday season, a very Merry Christmas. John,
Happy New Year.
Same to you.
All right, man. Hey, listen, I can't wait to go to the races again this year.
I know it. Looking forward to it.
This is something really cool. That's the thing about Christmas nowadays with me, George, is that I am not depressed when it's over because May is on its way.
That's right. But thank you for watching. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.